Another information, we have another session happening, sidetrack happening in our venue too, generative AI powered search by Gopi Krishnan S. So if you are interested or feel free to attend sidetracks as well. Thank you so much.
Of this program for giving me a chance to be here to give you some introduction or brief idea on speech recognition. And being an academician, myself I am Thasleema from Central University of Kerala. I'm working there as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science. And in my team, we were talking about the generative AI, machine learning, and everything. And so my department also specialized in the case with machine learning, multimodal signal processing, which will include speech processing, image processing, video processing, and also we are also specialized in network security, cyber security, etc. So that is what I understood. I reached here yesterday. I was having a discussion with the team member of this Tinkerhub, and what I understood is that instead of theory, you may need to know more about what is happening in the practical, how you are using the things in a practical way. So, but as an academician, what I should do is, it may not be I may not be satisfied with giving get into the practical problem directly. I may feel unsatisfied. So what I decided is to give you a brief introduction on what is speech recognition, and I'll be giving you some idea what is happening in my lab for the last some years. And this is the case that is while I am speaking about research, all of us know what is CNN, what is convolution neural network. All of us know what is RNN, recurrent neural networks. So, but if during a conversation, what I am directly going and asking how it is working, or if I am evaluating a student, what is the way you have worked on this particular idea, I'm not getting the answer what I am expecting from that student, because things are already available inbuilt there. And what is happening here is we are some of the things we are losing from our hand. So what I would like to share here is the theoretical concept also I'll be attaching a little bit. So please understand. And before beginning, that is while starting our session itself, the team members they have started the EMC, Master of Ceremony, or anchoring, like they have used the AI. So I was surprised to hear the voice. But are you feeling anything missing there? To be frank, are you okay, comfortable with that announcement? No. What is missing there? What is missing? Sorry, can you? Variation of tones. Any other thing? Any other thing? Artificial feeling. That feeling, we are not getting that feeling. That emotion is not shared, right? Whether it is a good thing, how we can recover from that problem. We should know what is the data, how we have to manage the data. So I'll be giving some, that is, it may not be complete idea, but I'll be giving. I have my presentation. I have arranged it in this way. I'll be giving you a little bit about the task definition, and then classic techniques, whatever it has been used for the area of speech recognition. Then productization, what you are expecting from your side. Then audiovisual speech process recognition, and this lab, what are the things we are doing so far. I'll be giving a brief idea. Because of the very short period of time, I'll be concluding the things within the 30 minutes of time. So, can you go to the next slide? So, what it is, the same example again I am taking. So, what was the theory happened to that announcement? Can anyone share your thought? What is the theory? How they have developed that announcement? Text to speech. What it is actually? It is known as the speech synthesis. That is the written command that is producing as a speech. written commanding as producing as a text to speech. That is the speech synthesis. But in most of the cases, what it is happening, this is the problem we are finding. So speech processing, talking about what is speech processing, it is we are processing our speech digitally. If I am communicating you in orally, it is an analog signal, right? So how we are processing our signal digitally. So these are the terminology we need to use before this. These are the terminology we will be using for the speech processing. So what does speech synthesis means? As you told, it is the text to speech. So what is the things we have to be care in during this text to speech? Every orthographical rule should be followed before implementing this TTS system. And of course, speech understanding is there. What is speech understanding? Whenever we are speaking about a digital speech processing, the thing is like everything we are thinking in a digital manner. It is in an analog, not in an analog way. So while speaking in a digital manner, what is the thing happening here is whenever we producing a sound, it is digitally converted to understand for a machine. So what is speech understanding? The abstract should be clean. Abstract should be understood by the machine. What is the content should be delivered? It should be understood by the machine. And the machine, what is produced by the machine should be understood by the human. So anyhow, what is the concept of AI is, it is nothing, it should be mimicked like a human brain. So while I am communicating to you, while I am asking to you a question, how you are responding to that question, because you are, even all the human beings are trained for receiving that questions and you are giving me the answer. But this show the same way the system also should be trained for giving the answer. So what is the best way to give the training? Giving a training, that is what we are talking about, these types of technologies. So now speech compression. What is the term used for speech compression? What does it means for speech compression? It is nothing. While I am speaking to you, we are saving for the digital purpose, we are saving it as in the compressed mode, or audio file, or a video file, or a wave file. We are compressed mode. So we are processing in the speech, we are processing our speech digitally, and we are compressed the information in an audio mode. And next is the speech recognition. What is speech recognition? Whatever the things we are producing here, recognized by a system and start understanding what is the meaning, what the system try to understand to get the meaning, and it is started to respond or to understand or to behave with respect to the performance. And then speech analysis. So what I would inform you is that the speech processing is the all around, including all these techniques. So what we are doing, this given speech signal, you can see in that graph, we are converting our speech signal into a digital form, and through automatic speech recognition technology, we are getting its transcription. So that is the representation of a speech signal. It is 1, 2, 3, up to 10. It is articulating. So it is converted into automatic speech through automatic speech recognition and giving me answer as 1, 2, etc. 10. It is giving the response. And this is what actually automatic speech recognition system could understand what the user has articulated. Okay, so while I am speaking about analog to digital, what is actually happening there? If I am simply speaking to you, it is an analog signal. What it is an analog signal? Always it is continuous in time and continuous in values. So that is continuous in time and continuous in values means to understand the system, whether it is that much easy to understand. Since we are trained and we are understanding the change in time. But to understand the system, we may need to use different techniques in between continuous to digital conversion. So continuous time, continuous valued signal is known as the analog signal. And once we have this continuous time, we may need to use the sampling techniques for converting this continuous to discrete. So it's clear? That means sampling. Sampling means we are using the concept and equal, we are dividing the continuous signal into equal interval of samples, and we are extracting the information. And whenever we are speaking about a digital signal or digital speech, it is always time domain only we are using. The information all what we are getting with respect to time only. How we are evaluating our speech with respect to time only, it is varying. So continuous in time, we are using the sampling technique in between to change into the discrete time. And then what is happening next? These continuous values again we need to change into discrete. So that for that purpose we are using the quantization technique. So in between this continuous to digital means we are converting our continuous time, continuous valued signal into digital time, digital valued signal. In between we are using this techniques of sampling and quantization. Do you have any idea on, if I am speaking about speech signal, if I am recording a signal, do you have any idea about the sampling frequency? Are you using the term of sampling frequency? Anyhow, many singers may be here. If you are singing a song using an audio, the Audacity is there. You do want to record that song. So whether you are fixing any sampling frequency? What is the meaning of this sampling frequency? Tempo. That is, it is different from the sampling frequency. That is how many number of samples should be there in a second. That may vary for a telephonic conversation. If you are recording using then it should be 8 kilohertz. So the information whatever we are containing into the signal also vary from signal to signal. So normally we are using 8 kilohertz of the sampling frequency, and for your information, if our that is the maximum frequency component in a signal 4 kilohertz, then it should be of 8 kilohertz of the sampling frequency. Then only anything went wrong, we can reconstruct the signal into the normal mode. Okay, no, I have recorded my signal. Okay, it is of sampling frequency of 8 kilohertz. Okay, I have given into the system and I have made some changes, and later I need to take it back into the normal form. Is it possible? It is possible if the maximum frequency component in the signal is 4 kilohertz, if it is a 8 kilohertz sampling frequency signal. That is very important theory we should understand as sampling theorem. Okay, just for your information I am giving. And so before going to the theory of this speech product, how a human is producing a speech, how I am talking to you. Yes, how it is getting vibrated, where it is starting. So if I wanted to talk to you, that is the air is coming through the lungs, through the trachea. Okay, then what is the things happening there? The vocal cords begins to vibrate. So the vibration is giving different types of sound. So is there any changes in vibration of that sound? Is there any changes? Definitely. That is according to the vibration of the sound and the articulators, whatever we are using, different types of sounds are produced. So do you know what are the characteristics of all these sounds? In Malayalam, whether ta and tha is same. I am asking, how you used to pronounce kada, katha? That is normal conversation. I just wanted to share a katha with you. I never used to say with my friends like I used to share a katha with you. What I am telling is, kada only. Which da we are using there? It is not ta, it is not tha, it is da. Usually we are using. So what is happening? As a human, as we trained to receive this information, we are trained. But whether it is applicable to the system? No, never. That won't be getting any idea on this. If I am saying whether it is what kada the lady is speaking about, the system will be in confusion. Because the semantical understanding is also happening within the system. In an NLP, it is very important, syntactic analysis, semantic analysis and pragmatical analysis. So all of this information should be correct. If the pronunciation should be in the right way as we learned as we doing, then only the system also should understand what is the meaning of the things communicated to the system. So that is the problem whatever we are facing here. So the production of how the human is producing a speech, that production is of course depending on the machine learning techniques. Okay, so how to understand that variation. So this is a basic technique that is used for understanding or used to understand that is we have to understand what is the difference between the speaker produced, that is what is the when if I am articulating a sound, what is the difference between one to and next to one. So we are using the spectrogram. What is the spectrogram means? It is whenever we are speaking about a speech signal, it is always time domain signal. So we may need to get the what is the information about the frequency content. That is a very important information we can get from the speech signal. So to understand the frequency content within a signal, we can use the spectrogram. So in spectrogram, there is two different types of informations we can collect with it. That is the wide band spectrogram is there, narrow band spectrogram is there. So from the wide band spectrogram, what we could understand is that we will be getting a more detailed information using the wide band, and narrow band we will be getting the information content up to a specific frequency. So these two types of information content may help us to understand the spectral representation of a signal. So what is happening here is, if we are if we are sitting in a time domain aspect of a signal, what is we only know about the variation happened with respect to time. So if you are converting into the frequency domain, means the frequency content also may be available. So if you, at a time, if you would like to get the both information, frequency and time, is there any techniques available? Is it possible to get both information at a time? Is it possible to get the both information at one time it is happened, and what is the frequency of the specific sound? Definitely techniques are there. Do you know about the wavelet transform? Wavelet transform is nothing but we are getting into the idea of what is the frequency content happened within that signal in the particular time. So the information we can extract it using the technique of wavelet transform, and this is one of the another basic techniques used for understanding the speech. Okay, so you can see it is the sound, that it is the speech signal for the all. It is produced for the sound all, and the respective wideband spectrogram is shown here. Whenever there is a speech sound happening, you may can find out the difference between this. Difference between when there is, it is the wideband spectrogram, you can see the information in verticals, that is, it is the vertical duration will be giving the information about the frequency content for the word all, and this is also horizontal duration will be giving the information about using the narrow band spectrogram. And the next one is, this is I'm sorry, the font missed from here, maybe the system. This is the representation of the speech signal for the different vowel sounds. So the first one will be giving the representation A, and the second one, this one will be giving the representation A. So what is there any difference? Can you see? Can you see any difference? And the second one is for E, U. So what is happening there? What is this? How we can understand the change in the into the sound? This representation may help you to understand this is not the exact representation, but there is, we can identify the changes happened. So whenever implementing a practical real life application, AI related real life application for a system, these ideas should be incorporated to make out what is the differences while pronouncing a sound. Okay. So some basic theory of understanding a speech sound, and lots of advanced algorithms are already there to understand a speech sound. So while speaking about more on, definitely it is not a machine learning. What will be the procedure for classification of a speech sound? Do anyone know? Speaking about machine learning, how we can that is how we can train our system to understand a specific speech sound. or specific speaker sound. If I am talking to you, is there any possibility to understand who I am? Or if I am calling you, if I am giving a call to a particular person, I am saying it's me, Thasleema. First time he may not be understanding. Second time and third time I may need to introduce I am Thasleema. But fourth time again I am calling. Is it possible without a different number? Is it possible to understand my voice? So how it is possible? That is, human beings are trained. So how the system also doing the same thing? Supervisory learning is there because if there is a teacher, there is already trained the system. This is the voice that Thasleema is having the characteristics of these and these things to understand her voice. Those this is who is she, that is the caller is Thasleema. You may be guessing. Okay, the same way we should train the system. The system means whether you are thinking that the system is more intelligent than us. Whether the system is more intelligent than us. No, not at all. I'll be telling not at all because we are training the system. They are performing well than us. But how it is possible? How it is possible? More informations are gathering from different places to outperform the human being, right? So that's what we are failing in different area. We feel like we are failing, but we are not at all failing. We are only training the system. Okay, so this is some. If we are speaking about the productization, what are the things need to be understood by your side for the productization? Speech recognition means we will be collecting different types of data, and machine learning means we will be giving those data into some machine learning algorithm, and we will be getting out of within some result. Maybe the result will be like this machine is ready, performance level. We are evaluating different types of algorithms. We make answer this machine is possible to understand this sound in 90% of accuracy. That is what we are giving the result. But considering the product, what are the things need to be in our hand? To start with, we need a data. First, most important. This is in my opinion, there should be a very good data to process, and that is self-collected data. Why we need to use the self-collected data? The purpose may be different from person to person. I may wanted to implement this automatic speech recognition system for getting the attendance of my students using their voice. Is it possible for me? How it is possible for me? I need to get the speech sound of my own students, maybe 50 to 60 or 60 to 70. So how it is trained? How it could be trained? If I am recording their voice one at a time, is it okay to make a system for the attendance management? Not at all possible. How many times I may need to record the data? Number of times. That is, the data should be accurate. Data should be that is cleaned data should be there, and the system also should trained by using the given data. So the data is the very important part for this productization, and tools to create a supervised data. How many tools are available currently in 2023? Speaking about the speech recording tools or getting the data tools. Very simple example I can give you. YouTube is a tool, is it? We can easily get very cheap. That is, there is no need to pay anything. We can easily get data from the YouTube. We can use it. But is it whether it is fulfill our needs? It will fulfill our needs. Very less chance. And the next part is pre-training techniques. What is meant by this pre-training techniques? Definitely our data we are pre-training for our own purpose, and I am keeping my own data. But what is the next person is doing? He is also using this trained data, and what he is applying? He is customizing using the transform learning techniques. He is customizing the data. So what will happen? Whether it will fulfill my that is my aim is to get an attendance management system. Is it fulfilled? Sometimes. Or the data should be very clean and very optimum for our purpose. Okay, that is the first thing. And the second things I will tell you, customization. So, of course, Apple APIs are available, Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon APIs are available, isn't it? Their own speech corpus is there, isn't it? So what my purpose is, I will need to get a speech, that is a speech recognition system for the hospital. I'm a Malayali. I'm from Kerala. So I want to do that is I automated hospital. The management system is there. Okay. I need to get the registration into the hospital. What is the problem I will be facing there? I don't know the other language than English or Hindi. Only I know Malayalam and purely from a rural area. What is the problem I'll be facing there? Can you imagine? Language problem and the accent also will be a problem. Whether the system will understand that language? Is any such system is available with here? I'm just opening some my observations for you. So I'm also trying to develop such a system for the hospital, for the bank, for the some different types of automated system. Is it possible to do those such things? So to do that, we should understand the basics of this speech recognition, how it is pronounced, what is the variation is happening, how to tackle these problems, what is the difference things are happening into this area. Those things we should understand. And the next one is the that, and then what we are telling is that for our own, if I am making a system for the in the banking purpose or hospital purpose, my data should be optimized for such a hospital purpose. So I'm going എനിക്ക് ഇന്നൊരു ഡോക്ടറെ കാണണം. That is what my that is why my communication with the registration counter. So there is no person, the system only giving me the answer. The system should give me the reply for which specialization. So I'll be telling എനിക്ക് കാലുവേദനയാണ്. So whether the system should understand if it is in a custom, if it is a speech corpus from Google or Apple or Amazon, not at all. So we should have our own data. Our own data is very important considering all these problems and tailored to customer requirements. What is that? That is what I am saying. The data should be as per what is the customer requirement in different field. The data should be provided into that way. And the third one, every data, if it is a banking system, whether your data is secured, if we are using the Amazon or Apple API, our data is not at all a secured thing. So that security and privacy also should be maintained whenever we are thinking about the productization or as when we are thinking about productization. So next I'll be giving you some idea what is happening to my lab. So being a speech scientist, our team is working on recognizing different types of speech related problems, and this is what recently we have completed one of the preliminary analysis on this problem. We were working on audiovisual speech processing. So we went to a school for a separate program. So what we are facing, there is a different types of students who could not communicate with us. The problem is they can hear us but they cannot respond to us. So they are failing. They can hear whatever the questions we are asking, they know, but they are failing to respond to us. So we need to understand what is there in their mind. So in that thinking, we have developed an audiovisual speech recognition system. So for that purpose, we used a theory that human communication is always a multimodal. So what is the multimodal in the sense? That is, communication means we are producing a speech, and with that speech, we are attaching our emotion also. That's what I am asked in the beginning, the announcement. That emotion we are missing in that announcement. So is it possible in Malayalam? Is there any corpus available in Malayalam like that? Do you have any? I think developers are in this side. We may know him a little bit, but you may know him more than us. That's what I am asking. Is there any such corpus available in Malayalam? Can you come up with such a corpus? Can you come up with a corpus? Those who can utilize the normal rural area people can utilize those corpus? How to build such a system? Even for a very small domain, like for the TinkerSpace, is it possible to find a system? Those who are coming to the TinkerSpace, I'm just opening some thought in you, thought for you. So this is what always that is it is the concatenation of both the sounds and the emotion. So we took that idea to get into the reality. So then we have used the body gestures also to find some answer. Then we worked on this domain, and we have this visual speech recognition system and audio visual speech recognition system we have developed. We were using the speech recognition and also even though speech is a one-dimensional system, a signal, we should say the video processing is a multi-dimensional signal. So we have combined both these information together to get some idea on how to resolve this problem of communicating hearing impaired. So what we have developed is we have used some algorithm with respect to this lip reading. So with the produced sound, we also concatenated the feature related with the lip movement, and also we have attached the emotion. This is my student who was we have developed our own data for this purpose, and we have developed more than 10,000 of data to understand, to make the system understand the different types of feelings. So what we have identified is that for all the feeling, it is very difficult for the for the system to understand which emotion it is, like from the sad to from the happy mode. The system is it is very difficult for to characterize which identify which emotion it is. So this is one work what we have done from our lab, and again the next part what we are utilizing from our lab is the for those who have affected with some neurological disorders, they are feeling that very difficulty to communicate with the others. So what we are providing is, we will be providing a system to understand their, that is what is they need to speak about. So we are providing a system like that, what caused that neurological disorders into that situation, and is there any chance for the speech sound to control that and or understand the neurological disorders. So that's what this study is going on, and this is now it is happening in our lab. And another one what we have done from different types of speech disorders are there. Do you know about stuttering? So whether a person with stuttering, is it possible to communicate with the system? Not at all possible, because the system will be failing. So this is another work what we have doing from our lab. So it is also going on. We are just going through the theory and practical aspect of this problem. And now these are some work we have done. And I think I have given you a brief idea on the speech recognition aspects. Of you understood something from the speech. And so thank you for the organizer for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to interact with you and to share some thoughts with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope you all had a great interesting session. So as a token of appreciation and gratitude from our side, we would like to present Thasleema ma'am with a book. So to present it, I would call upon Merlin, our legal officer at Tinkerhub.